Okay, so this is mine and Thomas's rehearsal journal.
There we go.
And yeah.
Let's get started.
Okay, so
What are you laughing for? So we got 17th of.
Yeah, we're a bit behind, so we're like doing halfway point backwards, and then we'll do from the halfway point forwards.
So it's the 17th of April.
Was the first week back after half term. We had like hardly any people in for that
Connie
week.
was off.
Connie was off quite a few times due to like auditions and stuff. So for the first day back, we did a read through pretty much that whole day because it was a Wednesday, wasn't it? So we just kept read through in.
Yeah, you played Connie.
Yeah, I did Connie and me, and it went alright.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad for the first one. Obviously, it was hard going between me and Connie.
Yeah.
Especially when we have scenes of us being in the same scene. It was kind of weird, but it was alright to get us started. And then the Thursday, we did quite a lot of character work. After the warm up, we did like start off from 1, and then like enthusiasm of your character up to like a number between 1 and 10, and I'd just shout it out and make them be that amount of exaggerating of your character.
Have you got a video?
Yeah, I have a video of that, kind of, I think.
Decent. So.
And obviously then that's the end of the week, so we only had 2 days for that week. Then what we needed to do after that week would have been to start blocking, which is the next step. For the week commencing the 24th of April, we started blocking. We did it scene by scene, started from the beginning, went through. Went well to start off with.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
We thought it went well.
Yeah. It's a dining room scene, wasn't it? First scene.
Dining room scene. We got up to about scene 3, didn't we?
Yeah.
On that first week, which is good. Only having 4 days in college. A few absences again that week. And then after we'd done all of that, we did the run through of what we'd done to Tammy, and she gave us some feedback, and I wrote down the feedback, which is in my notebook, and just gave us some pointers and stuff. Also,
the 2 Kenneths, we decided that for the audience it wouldn't really make sense. So James, he's now the bartender. Yeah, it's the only way we could do it. I'll play Kenneth. So.
Yeah, well, we had the idea of having 2 Kenneths because obviously Thomas joined our group, but Kirsty said because of the relationship of having one person with 2 women, it wouldn't make sense having 2 Kenneths. So we thought of a way to try and fix it, and like Thomas said, we did 2. What did we do? Make James the barman. I don't think he was very happy about it, but however,
we'll get onto that, won't we?
Yeah. Oh well.
Right.
And then we need to for the next week.
We got a set.
Oh yeah.
And then we decided that everyone would have their own set.
Yeah, because now we decided that we were going to have James as the barman. That means we needed another section for set. So there's essentially 4 sets, and there's 4 of us. So I set the task of each person having their own individual set to like bring stuff in, find stuff, do kind of thing.
Yeah, so you have the bedroom, Connie has the kitchen, James has dining room, James has the bar, and I have the dining room.
Yeah, and then I think that week we went out. We did half a day on a Wednesday, and then the other half went to town to try and look for loads of things, didn't we? Like in charity shops and stuff. Had to look for a dining room table, a bed, etc., etc. We didn't have much luck, but We found a few things. We don't know. We didn't actually end up getting them, but at least we found them. And I took pictures of stuff and that. So.
Mhm.
And then we decided the week after we were having no college on Monday due to my May Day or whatever. So we had to arrange our week around obviously missing out 3 hours.
Mhm.
But the plan obviously is to just carry on blocking, and so that's what we did. Week commencing the 1st of May, we obviously carried on blocking.
Yeah, so we got to, what was it, about halfway through probably? Before.
Yeah.
Oh. Pencil case. Got about halfway through, sort of near the end of the blocking, didn't we?
Yeah. Halfway through. Basically, now we've got James as a barman. We had to add in bar scenes for him to be in it.
I'll take this one.
Go on.
So we decided that we'd improv. James has 4 scenes, and we said to him, what day is it? When did we decide? The 24th of April. That he has his own 4 scenes, and he can do what he wants with them, like create what he wants. Just tell me what I need to do.
So he's had 3 weeks to decide what he wants to do, because it's his scene, and because I felt bad for taking the other role from him, I said, right, this could be his little project. He can make what he wants of this scene, put as much work in as he wants, or little, you know.
Yeah.
And
then we got to it. He ain't done anything. So we weren't best pleased, but is what it is. We did some of the improv scenes, and it took a while to get into him because, like, James is quite hard to work with, especially with improv, as he's very blunt and says the same stuff.
Yeah.
And I can't work with that with improv because I need something to work with. So tensions were high, but
I wrote a note saying 4th of May, so that is when we discovered that he didn't actually do the work that we'd asked him to do after having 3 weeks to do it. And he was saying the same thing. There's 4 bar scenes, and this was scene 3, and he was already saying the same things as what he said in the other 2 scenes, and it was quite flat. Didn't really have much, like, comedy in it for it being a comedy.
Yeah.
So I had words with him and basically said, like, you've had 3 weeks, why haven't you done it? And he didn't really have a reason as to why he hadn't done it. He just hadn't done it. So obviously I wasn't very happy, and basically said to him, like, because he hasn't done it, we now have to skip it and leave a gap, which I didn't really want to do. I wanted to work down in order. So obviously I wasn't happy about that, and then basically said to him, like, I want it done by tomorrow.
While we're on the topic of James, he doesn't concentrate as much, does he? He's always on his phone.
Yeah.
Just watching YouTube.
There's been a few times where because on a Monday we have to put the set away so Holly can use the room. So there's been a few times where we've been getting the set out on a Tuesday, haven't we? And, like, he's just sat there on his phone. So I've basically said to him, like, get up and do something. Like, are you going to help? And he's, like, doesn't really want to help. He doesn't really feel like he is supposed to be helping. It's really strange. And
so I'm just thinking maybe he's annoyed that, because originally it was just 3 of you, and I came in late, not exactly taking his part, but, like, I suppose if he can't handle 4 scenes, then I'm looking, could he have handled, because Kenneth is a big part, and if he can't do 4 improvised scenes, then...
Yeah, because I obviously had a decision to make, but I based my decision on the performances from the last show. So you had quite a big bit, didn't you? And he done really well. James had quite a big bit, and he didn't do too bad, but it wasn't as, like... He was really enthusiastic at the start of the piece, and then a few weeks in just was, like, not really doing what I asked him to do, wasn't joining in warm-ups, so I made him run it instead to make sure that he joins in, because if he has to run it, then he has to do it.
Yeah.
So we just going through the script, like writing annotations in and stuff and posting it throughout. So he was very, and I had to like tell him to annotate his script and add where he's got to be, and
Yeah, he doesn't take notes.
yeah,
So he's always asking where we are,
yeah,
and like, yeah. So it's not dig it. Well, it is and it's not, because he does work hard when he like. He does have his
you just have
spells.
to just
Yeah.
force him to do it, basically.
Yeah,
And then
I'm
he's
like
good.
That, but it's just, yeah.
But we're all right now. We're back on track, aren't we?
Yeah.
So, week commencing 8th of May, so the week after. We finished blocking on the Wednesday.
Yeah.
We made our artistic decision to cut 2 scenes from the end because we didn't really need them in there, and we were like pushed for time. So, and it all still makes sense without it. So we cut 2 scenes, and then we finished on the Wednesday.
We did our special scene, didn't we?
Yeah, we there's a sex scene that me and Thomas have to do, and we left it until then because one, we didn't have the bed, and we didn't really have a mattress for very long, and then sheets, stuff like that. So we'd kind of practiced that. It was a bit awkward, wasn't it?
It was less awkward than the last one we did. So we just did it, didn't we?
Yeah,
But,
yeah. We come to the conclusion if we just do it
yeah.
instead of trying to rehearse doing it, then it would be less weird. It kind of was, wasn't it? It was better.
Yeah.
We just did it like when we were doing the run through, and it just happened. Although we did get interrupted, didn't we, when people walked in, and it was really awkward.
Yeah.
But you know,
No, but yeah, it's come together.
we've got most of our set in now. Just little bits. Like we went and you got a freezer, didn't you? Which we're going to use as a fridge, and I got a cooker for the
Yeah.
kitchen. They need bringing in, but
I brought the dining room stuff in, like the mats, cloth, plates, and that.
yeah, we've now got a bed and a bed frame. We just need bed sheets, like maybe a bedside lamp,
Yeah.
clothes for the floor, tissues, condoms, things like that to make the room look messy, and obviously wallpaper.
Yeah, has Connie? I don't think like the kitchen was supposed to be her thing.
And she didn't find anything. Oh, I've got a microwave as well.
Yeah,
Needs cleaning, but I've got one.
I mean James has brought some things in, hasn't he? Like
Yeah, because
bottles
he's
and stuff.
but he brought in some little shot glasses and some like Jaeger little bottles in a tea cloth. I think he's got now, hasn't he?
Mhm.
And he just needs, what does he need? Some coasters that he can like place out, and maybe some like crisps if he's gonna have crisps with a bowl or something. But he's pretty much done. I'll bring my stuff in probably tomorrow. I have to round some few things, but I've got most of it. What else? Kitchen. We're waiting for the worktop to be done, aren't we?
Yeah, should be done. The kitchen's a bit bigger than I thought.
Yeah. Matt was in their building yesterday, so we didn't rehearse. We did like admin stuff, and he's put all the flats behind so we can wallpaper them. But the kitchen was definitely bigger than thought, and also we had to move the kitchen this way a bit because it was in the way of
Fire exit.
fire doors, and Matt said we weren't allowed to do that, so we've compromised. And I think we're going to move the bed over so it's like opposite, it's like direct centre kind of thing. Did we decide whether we were going to raise the dining room?
We might do.
Because Kirsty said about if we wanted to raise different things then we could, like because it will show importance and stuff. So I was debating raising the dining room table because we only ever go there for present day. The rest of them are kind of like flashbacks and like telling the story of what happened before. So I'm debating raising the dining room table to make it more important because that's like now.
Yeah.
But we haven't made a decision on that yet. But what we need to do is...
Well, we made a decision about the ending, didn't we? The
Yeah.
strobe.
We had a strobe, which we had 2 ideas for the ending. It says he chokes and dies, but we had an idea after that to maybe like make it a bit gruesome, like a dark comedy, and like cut him up and stuff. But we changed our minds because we thought it's probably not going to look that good. So
We're still going to use the strobe.
Yeah.
But it's just our original idea was to like get a load of fake blood and like meat. It sort of looked like we're chopping them up with the strobe, and it would look all
yeah.
messed up. But No, we decided to still use the strobe and have the psycho music in
At
the
the
background.
end, and Connie's just stood there like
laughing, yeah.
kind of thing.
Probably be more effective, I think.
So then this week, we have to get off script. What we're going to do after we've been here is I'm going to do a read through, and basically close your script, try and go to as many as you remember, only use your script if you genuinely forget. And I might get James to run that because he doesn't have as many scenes and his is improvised, so he can change his, whereas a lot of ours are scripted, so I'll get him to have a script and basically prompt us, which is the plan. We've got to get off script this week, haven't we?
Yeah.
Also, we obviously need to finish polishing, but we're doing alright with that, aren't we?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
The first half needs a bit more work than the second half, but it's getting there. We're slowly getting there.
I think it's because the second half's more solo pieces, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's harder to polish with
as a
all
group.
three of us in one scene, rather than Connie's got a lot to say in the second half,
Yeah, she
which I
has.
think she prefers.
Yeah, she asked me to keep a lot for her to say.
Yeah.
I think she likes the challenge, which is good, so... what else do we need to do?
Get the songs chosen, because there are still a few songs that we haven't...
We've got most of them. I think it's just one section we need to choose a song for. No, two sections.
Yeah, we're going to have a song for each kind of stuff. We've got Pina Colada for the bar, haven't we?
Mhm.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And then for the dining room, we're going to use a song to show present day.
So, like, every time they're in the dining room, they'll have the same song.
And
But
then
it
we'd have
represents...
sort of a bluish white light to sort of show
like...
present, and then for the other scenes it's going to be sort of
Like yellowy, amber.
orangey.
Yeah, to show, like, flashbacks. Like, past.
Yeah. So, yeah. Just send them to Matt once you've chosen them.
Yeah, because obviously Tech's next week, so he needs to have them to be able to change them to whatever format he needs to have them in. And then just check all the tech and we're pretty much done. Oh, we need to sort costume out this week.
Yeah.
I've done costume designs, don't know whether they were going to stick to them, but I did do like designs of what I think the characters will look like. But obviously I'm not that fussed. We'll have to definitely sort that out.
Yeah, it's not... Well, I don't know. I think the women's costume's a lot more complicated than
Yeah,
ours.
definitely.
Because we changed the era, didn't we?
Yeah, we were going to have it in 1980s
Yeah.
because of the
Drink driving.
in the bar scene at the start there was drink driving and she was smoking inside, so we was like, right, when were they smoking inside? So we did some research and we found out that they were smoking inside between 1980s-ish.
Yeah.
So we said, right, we'll set it as then, but then we changed our minds because we brought it more up to date, plus with the songs we were using they didn't really go, so we brought it up to date and changed this and was like, we'll have her standing outside
Yeah.
and he goes to drive just because he's an idiot, rather than because he's allowed to as such. And we also had an issue with where I'd cut the script. Let me find it. Scene 5, we had an issue which we had a whole conversation about, didn't we?
Yeah.
Where I'd put, Jesus Christ, where the hell have you been? But Hillary isn't talking to anyone, she's almost talking to herself. So if you were in a room by yourself, you wouldn't be like, where the hell have you been? Because it sounds like you're talking to someone.
Yeah.
So we had to change the tense of the sentence, but we were trying to work out which way to word it, weren't we? And we had a conversation with Tammy about it, and
So we changed it to "What the hell are you?" instead
where the
of-
hell are you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we tried a few things and it didn't go, did it? And then this was the best outcome, so we changed that. And Connie's had quite a few good ideas, hasn't she, for this? She's been quite vocal about things that she thinks would look good, and I've took in consideration and took quite a few of her ideas on board and stuff.
Yeah. James had a few ideas for the bar-ish, kinda.
Yeah.
Sort of the third bar scene to sort of talk about football and that, which I suppose it's an idea.
Men talk about football, don't they?
Yeah. It's just trying to get him to, because he was given the same like even when was it? 8th of May, he was given, like we told him, when we found out he didn't do any of the work, we told him, okay, you've got till Tuesday to get the things done. He still hadn't done it.
So I basically left the room and was like, sort it out now, I'll be back in 10 minutes.
So it was just me and him doing it, but he was just given the same ideas that we've already done for the last 2 weeks.
So you had sat down and wrote some notes, didn't you?
Yeah.
As to
So we've got a base for each of the scene now, but it's just sort of trying to get it slick.
yeah, but that should come this week. Hopefully, we've got to get off script definitely. So we have had a few problems, haven't we? But we've.
How is your line learning going?
It's not too bad. I think I've got, because I don't have that many lines. I think I have up until at least scene 5 in the bag. No, after scene 5. So up to scene 6, halfway through scene 6. I think I could probably have.
So,
But obviously that's definitely an urgent thing that we need to sort out this week.
so I think we've got a few of them, like some of them in the second half.
Yeah.
Small ones and like the first bit, the first half.
It's just the middle, isn't it?
It's the Morning Hill, Morning Kenneth. You know that bit where it's boom, 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 boom.
Repetitive.
I find that really hard to learn. So.
Yeah. But that might come with the more times you do it rather than trying to sit and learn it.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's like a conversation and they're short, they're like 2 or 3 words long sentences.
That's what we brought Kirsty in for, didn't we?
Yeah,
for some ideas. Because we were struggling with it. Because when we performed it to Kirsty, I'd walk in and then it would be a sort of when was it? Have a good day, Andrew, my pet, see you at 5, and I'd walk off stage and then come back in, and then I'd do that like 3-4 times, and apparently it didn't look very good.
So I asked for Kirsty advice to try and think of other ideas, and she gave us quite a few options.
What were they?
She
said blackouts.
Blackout every time.
Music.
With music. She said.
Having it like Kenneth in the dining room, and they actually never meet. It's just always talking in the other rooms, and like her just being in a repetitive cycle of feeding him food.
Yeah, to show.
Just in a vicious cycle of like cooking, cleaning, and like being a
honourable wife. But we decided that because we're really only using the dining room for present day, and when all 3 of them are in the dining room, then I said that's probably not a good idea because it will confuse the audience. So we've decided to go with the blackouts every time.
So I did have an idea where we could do it really monotone and like have it as a voiceover.
Yeah, we did have that idea.
Where they're back to back in the centre of the stage, and like
it's like
they're both really at the start. Really, it's their facial expressions is the main thing. They're very sort of still, but their faces are really happy at the start, and then the voice recording also just gets the energy of it just goes drops monotones, and their faces can just sort of
faces almost tell the story with the recording.
Yeah.
But we decided not to do that. I don't know why. I don't think Connie liked the idea.
Connie didn't like it. She didn't really say why, but
yeah.
I suppose we talked to her about it today because we haven't really decided. Because I still think that seems a bit weird, the blackouts. I just think it's easier as. I'm not saying you have to learn all that, but that's probably the hardest bit to learn.
Yeah. Because it's so like morning here, want any breakfast? Like it's so quick, one after the other.
I just think that if you did it in a really monotone voice and like just symbolises their relationship going downwards, then I think that'd be more effective than trying to act it and perform it.
Yeah. We'll have to make a decision on that today. But that's pretty much it. We have moved forward quite well, to be fair. We did take a lot longer on the blocking than I thought, but.
And changing the scenery, like we did have a few. We changed it around a few times, didn't we?
Yeah, so it looked. We had the set where we thought we were going to have it, because I had ideas of having. Originally, we were only going to have the kitchen and the bedroom. No, the dining room and the bedroom, but on like opposite diagonals of the studio. But obviously, we ended in like the bedroom, the kitchen, and the pub. So I still had the 2 in the corner, and then there was like the other 2 just kind of added in there.
Yeah.
And then Kirsty suggested we put the chairs where the audience are going to be, like the front row, to see how it looks, and it looked really strange. So we've almost turned it around 90 degrees.
Yeah.
Because we had them in all corners, and now it's the audience that are in the corners, and the sets are in like the straights almost, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Which definitely looks better, doesn't it?
Yeah,
We took pictures before and after.
Get about 40, 50 people in, couldn't we? I think we decided, was it?
But yeah, about 50 people-ish. Which is good because our play is only half hour-ish, isn't it? So that's not too bad.
And we had the centre stage for originally just for monologues, wasn't it? And the dancing, and then Kirsty said that we should use it to our advantage.
Yeah, use the middle.
Since she said that, I think it's been a lot better as we can spread out and move instead of being
in the sections
cramped into a, like, especially the what was it, the bedroom scene where we can sort of walk out instead of having to be cramped next to the bed the whole time.
Yeah, which made a lot more sense. And the blocking after Kirsty gave us them feedback definitely become better, didn't it? Whereas the first half is obviously the worst half, which needs a bit more work because we weren't using the space like how we should have been, which is a good thing that she pointed that out because we've been able to improve it. So I think that's...
Talked about the choking, didn't we, the other day?
Yeah.
When we did it, was Kirsty watching it? We just talked about choking.
We just
and when I
talked
did it,
about
I made lots of noise, like breathing.
Yeah.
And Kirsty was telling us if someone's choking and they're making noise, they can breathe. So obviously, if I'm going to choke and actually die, then I can't make any noise.
Not so much noise, more like...
Because if
I don't know.
you're choking and then you die, you can't breathe in or out. So it's got to be, sort of...
like them weird noises, not like breathing noises.
Yeah.
If that makes... Not coughing or anything like that, because if you cough, then you still breathe. But it's like these weird, like, almost zombie noises.
But then we said that I could start coughing and then sort of just a sudden, there's nothing coming in or out.
Which is working well. We've got to work on that last scene because we've only done it once, haven't we? But it's all good. We're on track, I think.
Yeah, it's Tech Week.
Tech Week next week, which is a bit alarming, but...
Yeah, it'll be alright.
We've just got lots of work to do this week, haven't we?
Yeah, got to do my research. What's that? I've got to lie,
Beb's just got to do his research.
Well, I started it. Just got to do
a little bit more.
Yeah.
Research into like the scenes that we're a little bit unsure about, and then that'll broaden your knowledge.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.